Hey, what's up guys? BJ Dell back with a new video, and of course today's video looks a little bit different, and that's because we're going on a field trip. So I got a call last week from my brother with a really cool video idea. I don't know if you guys have heard of the Art Cloud Challenge, but I'm sure growing up as a kid or even as an adult, you see a cloud and you can see shapes in it and you think, oh, that cloud looks like a bear, that cloud looks like a fire truck. And the idea of the Art Cloud Challenge is you take a picture of a cloud and then draw what shapes you see. So we're going to do that today. I had to look it up, and of course people have done this on YouTube so far. Jazza actually did it, and his idea was the same as mine as far as going out and taking a picture of a cloud. He ran into problems, and I can feel his pain because I'm running into the same problems. I've been working on this video for a week now, and every single time I go out to take pictures of clouds and do this video, there's no clouds, or there's clouds and they're just little tufts in the sky and they're not forming anything. So hopefully today's the day. Fingers crossed. Like I said, been trying for a week now on this one video, so hopefully today's the day. But let's go ahead, take a trip and see what we can find. So keep watching. Guys, so we made it. Let's go ahead and hop out and see what we're working with. Actually, it looks really good today. Like I said, after trying this for a week, I think this is finally going to happen, so I'm so excited. Before we go any further, got to check out the shirt, Sock Monkey Yoga, by my boy Drew Posa, Illustrator Extraordinaire. If you do not have at least one or two Drew Posa shirts in your wardrobe, you are doing it wrong, and you can fix that right now by going to his Amazon store. I've got the link in the description below. Grab a couple of shirts. He's got some on sale right now, so it's the perfect time. So check him out. He's going to be on the show later too. We're going to do an interview with him, so look forward to that. And let's check out these clouds. Like I said, there's a bunch of decent ones today, so I think this is actually going to work. I'm going to kind of pan around and then go ahead and take some photos, go back to the studio and see exactly which ones I want to go with. We're just going to pick one out of all the different ones today, and it'll make for a pretty good video, I think. So, okay, let me get these pictures and we will head back. All right, guys, back to the studio, and this is the cloud shape I decided to go with, and I am curious, what do you see looking at those clouds? I want to know. Pause the video here, hop down in the comments, leave a comment as far as what you think the shape's going to be. No cheating. Don't fast forward to the end of the video and try to find out what I actually drew. I'm just curious to see what you guys think. So let's go ahead and hop in. I'm using the iPad Pro 12.9-inch first gen model, along with Procreate and the first gen Apple Pencil. And if you guys are return viewers to the channel, you probably see something different right off the bat. Usually when I start out these videos, I do the sketch layer with a kind of blue colored line, and the only reason I'm doing this in red is just because of the color of the cloud layer of the background sky. I don't think it's that blue is going to stick out well enough against that to see, so that's why I'm using the red today. So just don't think too much of it. It's not, you know, anything too crazy or different. It's just, like I said, what's going to work for this one. So just kind of laying in these lines here real quick, and we'll kind of start to form everything a little bit better when we go back in. I don't know if you guys can start to kind of see what this is. Maybe doing this next part will bring it home a little bit more. I don't know. Do this eye here. So now if I pull back out, see this kind of dinosaur lizard creature starting to form with this big snout coming back where the nostril is. And this was the first thing that kind of jumped into my head. I'm going to kind of follow along for these teeth to go with these clouds as much as possible. I don't want to take too many liberties because I think that's the fun thing about this challenge. And honestly, if you guys have never done this challenge, I highly recommend you guys give it a go. Get it done. Head on over to the Keep Creating, Learn, Draw, Share art community over on Facebook. You can share your design. I really want to see what you guys can do. But I really urge you, honestly, if you are going to do this, I think it's the best to do with going out and shooting it yourself instead of hopping onto Google. I joked earlier, you know, I think that's cheating, and it's just a lot easier to do that. I think with this, honestly, it's a little bit more rewarding. Like I said at the beginning, you know, I kind of struggled initially to find a day where I could find clouds that actually worked for this challenge or find clouds at all. So it was kind of like winning the mini lottery today when I went out and could actually get some shots of clouds and know that I was going to be able to film the video. So I urge you guys to do it that way. I guess if you really, you know, have to hop on Google and do it that way, you can. But like I said, I don't think it's as much fun. I think you kind of lose out on that sense of accomplishment by finding everything. So just get this knocked in a little bit more here. And if you guys notice too, I am using a little bit different of a pencil here. I'm a big fan of the natural inker. I've talked about that before in my videos. I link to it in the description of the videos, but it's not been, you know, 100% perfect. There's some stuff that I thought could be better. And because of that, I went ahead and kind of devised this pen of my own, and I've been using it, kind of playing around with it lately to fine tune and tweak it. And so far it's pretty cool. I like it. It works a lot similar to the natural inker, but there's you know, enough of a difference to where I actually prefer this one over that one. So I'll eventually release this. I'm still kind of working on you know, getting the bugs out and making it the best one that I can for the style that I draw in. So kind of stay tuned for that. And if you guys have been following along with the Cartooning 101 series, you might have noticed that I was using the HB brush for the first couple ones. I switched to the 6B, and then they're just basically the factory install you get with Procreate. But then for the later videos, I've been using a brush that I made myself, and it's kind of an all-in-one inker slash sketch brush slash kind of shading. It does absolutely everything. So once again, with that, kind of fine-tuning that and tweaking it, but I'll release a big pack. Same thing with the HB and 6B brushes. I tweaked those from the factory settings, but I went ahead and made a whole set of pencil ones myself as well, using actual pencil marks for the basis of the initial shapes. So those will be getting released as a big pack along with the other ones. So stay tuned for that. I'll keep everybody in the loop when those are a little bit closer. Like I said, I just want to fine tune it and make sure everything is perfect. So as you can see here, I'm just kind of adding in some extra lines. I think this is the fun part here, because you don't actually have to worry too much here because you're on the inside of the clouds. So it's not really cheating by adding in these extra lines, just because since it's on the inside of the clouds, that's where kind of the magic happens. You're using the clouds for that basic outer shape. So I think this is kind of the perfect spot to add your own little flair to everything and kind of add more details in to make it more interesting. That's why this challenge is so much fun. Get a lot of abilities to show your own kind of style and thought process as you're going around, which is kind of cool to see. So that's why I urge everybody to do this, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what you guys post in the Facebook group. And honestly, if you guys have not joined yet, it's a great group. I know a lot of times stuff can be pretty toxic online, especially with Facebook, and it's a awesome community where you can share your work, get lots of feedback, and meet a lot of cool people. It just amazes me every week seeing the kind of the camaraderie and just the sportsmanship that everybody shows in the group. It's a fantastic place. So, all right, so we're done with the outline. I'm going to go ahead and turn off this bottom layer for right now just to check. Yep, everything looks good. So we're going to add a new layer. This is going to be our color flat layer that's going in underneath. So we're going to just click on kind of like a muted green color, I think, for the body. We're going to make sure this top layer is set to reference, and then we're just going to drag and drop that in. I think it looks good. I want to do kind of like a bright yellow for these. And by setting that to reference allows us to drag and drop these in really nice. It's got to catch up with me. There we go. This makes it a lot better than actually having to hand color all these in. Saves a lot of time. Let's go to the white and get all this filled in. I'm going to make the inner eye blue, but just for the time being, we'll just knock it completely in with white. Let's get a nice bright blue here. Get that filled in. And then these little slices here in the teeth, I want those filled in a little pink color. It's the gums kind of cutting up into the teeth and breaking those up. Looks pretty good. And then for the last bit, just need to color that in. Green color. All right, and I think we're good, so we can go ahead and start adding in shadows. So the first thing I'm gonna do, make a new layer. It's got to go in between the line layer and the color flat layer. And then we're gonna, just for the sake I have time, I don't really do this regularly in the videos because I like to lay everything out and make it more organic. I'm gonna do a clipping mask on this just to make it go quicker, and I can throw this in a lot faster. See the clipping mask here, it uses that bottom layer as the reference, so I don't go outside of the lines. Like I said, I don't usually use this in the videos, but for this video, I want to make it kind of short, so we're going to save a little bit of time just by doing this so I can knock these in a little bit faster. Not have to worry about going outside of the lines. So you see everything's going in really dark black, but we're going to adjust the opacity here in a second. Just do that right now to give this shadow layer a little lighter touch. So the thing with shadows, you want to make sure not too dark, not too light. You just kind of want the overall impression that that shadow color is darker than your base color without going too dark. So it's kind of balanced between the two. You really need to get comfortable with. If you guys are new to using shadows or highlights, I do have a video all about that. It is the video with the turkey on it. It's a turkey with a duck and a chicken coming out of its butt. That's the shadow highlight video. It's actually based around a design I did for a comedian from the Bob and Tom show named Jeff Bodart. He wanted a shirt to sell at his shows, a little merch shirt. And I thought, what better way to kind of highlight the creation process to do a highlight and shadow video based around that shirt. So check that out. Kind of walk you through the whole idea of shadows and highlights, where to put them, how to put them, and so on and so forth. Also with the outlines that I do have a video about line weight. So if you go and check that one out, it's got a couple of foxes in the thumbnail, so that makes that easy to find as well if you guys want to learn more about doing the line weights. So pretty good here on the shadows. So the one thing I want to do is I want to go back to the color flat layer, and I want to make this a little bit darker. Usually you could do that with a separate shadow layer, but I find it a little bit easier just to do it on the color flats layer just by selecting that as the reference color. You can see now I can add this shadow in, and it looks darker on the nostril part, which is what I was going for. So, all right, so we've got the shadow in there. So let's go ahead, do a couple more here. We'll do the teeth. Nice shadow across there, shadow across there. And let's do the highlights now. So I'm gonna make a new layer. I'm gonna select white, and it's got the light source coming in from this way. That's the main key when you're doing shadows and highlights. You want to always identify where your light source is coming in from. This one's coming up from that corner. So we're gonna knock these in real quick. Drop the opacity here. And this is the key of why it's nice to use two separate layers. One for your shadows, one for your highlights, is because you can adjust the opacity independently. You could always just use one layer for your shadows and your highlights because they're not really going to be touching or going over top of each other, but the only problem is you can't independently adjust the layer opacity. So the shadows might be too dark or the highlights might be too bright, and you don't have any way to go back in and do them separately. So that's why I like to do both of these on a separate layer. Just add in a couple more here, and then highlights will be done. Won't use too much here. Kind of want to make this video kind of quick. Just going to do a couple more little swoops around there to kind of give off the feel of some more highlights. And then last thing I want to do is go back to our shadow layer here. And I kind of want to, let's see. Actually, no, we're going to do it like this. It's going to go a lot quicker. We're going to go just on our base color layer. And I want to add some just kind of dots on him. So this kind of dinosaur is going to have bumpy skin rather than drawing, you know, like individual scales. Just kind of drawing and doing some of these round circle dots kind of gives that illusion of the bumpy skin, and just doing them here and there all over the place. No real rhyme or reason. You want to look kind of natural, so you don't want them just lined up going down a row per se. Just here and there works. Different sizes. Just kind of adds a little bit more texture to this guy. Do a little thing here. And a couple more. All right, so that is our finished weird dinosaur lizard looking guy from the cloud shape. I'm going to combine all these layers. I'm going to turn this one off. And then we're going to turn this one on. So once again, this was the start, and this was what we made on top out of those shapes. So a lot of fun. Like I said, I'm looking forward to see what you guys do. So hop on over to the group and share. All right, guys, that is it for today's video. As always, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. If you like today's video too, make sure you give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell for notifications so you can get alerted when I post new videos. And like I said, I want to see what you guys can do with this cloud art challenge. So hop on over to the Facebook group. Keep creating. The link is in the description below. Join and show what you see in clouds. I can't wait to see what you guys create. Also, don't forget about my boy Drew. Hop on over to his Amazon store, buy some t-shirts. The link is in the description for that as well. As for me, I can be found online, bjdell.com, as well as on Instagram and Twitter at bjdell. And also now on Patreon, I'll put the link in the description below for that. So until next time, keep creating.